Hey everybody, it's Dale here from Bridgestick Gantry. As you can see, I'm not driving the real life Nürburgring Nordschleife on this video. This is another one of my sim racing videos. That's because, as everybody knows, the Nürburgring is closed until March 2016. Now on the one hand, that's very bad because I like to drive. On the other hand, maybe not so bad because it gives me 4 months of driving the newest, most... Oh, that's okay. Thought I was going to understeer off into the fence there. Yeah, it gives me 4 months to drive the latest version of the Nürburgring in the virtual world, which is the iRacing Nürburgring Nordschleife. As you can see, we're on the GP circuit right now. I'm going to drive 2 laps. And these 2 laps are coming at you from my brother's house in a whole different country because I am on holiday right now. So, not on my usual gaming rig, but surprisingly enough, it's managing to run in the living room of my brother off his laptop with the steering wheel borrowed from my brother-in-law. Yeah, everybody, shush. I have people behind me watching. And I'm trying to drive and talk, so I forgive. I'm asking forgiveness from you guys if this turns into a bad lap again. The more eagle-eyed amongst you will notice we're on 20 minutes elapsed time. That's because I've tried to do this already once, and I made a complete mess of it. So, let me explain to you what this is all about. iRacing. Number 1, iRacing is a PC simulator. It's not a game, okay? You don't crash. You cannot call this a game at all. I have to concentrate on this like I have to concentrate in real life. And just like in real life, if you've ever had a ring taxi lap with me, I'll be beautifully, lovely and chatty, and then occasionally I will just shut up. And that's because I'm concentrating. So, a little bit jilted, here we go. Good. No hideous oversteer this time. Nice, flat out. Good. MX-5. I'm driving an MX-5. This is one of the cars that comes as standard with every iRacing account. And I thought it would be absolutely one of the best choices to show you guys the Nürburgring with today. I could have also shown you with the Z4 GT3 that I bought in-game, and I was also considering the McLaren, which I really love. But in the end, I've gone for the MX-5 because many multiple reasons. Number 1, it's an awesome car. I really love driving it, okay? It's just like the real thing, although maybe, if I'm honest, the tyres that they chose to put in this virtual version are maybe not that good. We drove our MX-5 in 2013 on a mix of Michelins and Pirellis and Yokohamas. Particularly the Michelins were very fast, good grip, and the Yokohamas were really good as well, particularly the super soft compounds that we used to run. And in here, for example, here look, I'm just lifting a little bit then going in because it's sliding already. I could probably just eke 5 to 10 seconds on a lap out of those tyres. So, should maybe go down to Clermont-Ferrand for the next virtual tyre test. Boom. Lovely, look at that. You can't feel it. You can't feel what I'm feeling through this steering wheel. And I'm not even running my normal, €500 steering wheel. I have a T500 RS at home. Yeah, I'm not knocking your steering wheel, Robin. Thank you very much. It's better than no steering wheel. I'm borrowing Robin's Logitech driving force on his game seat. And, it's a really good steering wheel. You can pick one of these up for less than €100 second hand on eBay. Honestly, less than €100. 2 pedals. You'll notice that there's no clutch pedal going on. If you look down the bottom left. Yep. Okay, good. Not crashed. Always bonus. yeah, you'll notice that there's no clutch pedal going on down there. I'm just running a standard 2-pedal spring setup, and we're still having fun. iRacing is not the kind of game, if you were wondering, that you can play with a keyboard or even with a joypad or something, okay? Forget it. This is not a game. You're a long way out of Kansas now. This is a simulator, and the guys that make it are very committed. Committed is a lovely way of saying very insane about realism. And what has happened over the last few years is that iRacing is like a professional e-sport now. It's like an electronic sport, okay? This is a hobby. This isn't just, I'm going to sit down and play with my computer game tonight. This is like planning your life around championships and virtual races that actually have like 20 cars on the grid, and every car is another human being who's as committed as you are, or more so. And racing is racing. Anybody will tell you that, whether it's racing around a field in grass track with a 500-pound car, or going to the grid of a Formula 1 race. Racing is racing. It's driver against driver. Look at this carousel and curbs. Everything's just perfect. And I am absolutely pumped at the thought of being able to race some virtual VLNs from the comfort of my man cave attached to our living room. I can't wait to get that going. I really want to do an MX-5 championship in the Nürburgring. I think you can see why. You've really got to make these little Mazdas dance if you want to go fast. Lovely, lovely. Oh. Yeah, I missed that apex by a mile. I'll get that on the next race. So we've covered the fact that it is a PC simulation. It is not a game for your PlayStation. You cannot play this with a gamepad. You do need a steering wheel. Nearly crashed again. Don't worry about that. That's fine. It is a simulation. It needs a steering wheel. It needs a PC. Spec-wise, you don't need a killer PC. I mean, this is my brother's laptop. It's a fairly fast laptop with a proper NVIDIA graphics card in it. 16 gigs of RAM. He does a lot of CAD CAM type stuff on it, so it's not slow. My gaming rig at home uses a €125 NVIDIA GTX graphics card. The total rig cost about €600 to build, so don't worry too much about going out and buying a €2,000 PC or something ridiculous like that. You don't need that for iRacing yet. Competitors like Project Cars and Assetto Corsa, they do look a little bit better on the graphics. Their rendering engine is a little bit more modern. This is still almost at the point of legacy. This is running the X9 with the X10 bits, whereas the other games are already on the latest stuff. But I think you have to agree, when you look at this graffiti and the fences and the curbs and the light and the shadow, this is pretty damn realistic, really. And you've got that added bonus of, like I said, you don't need a crazy €2,000 PC to make this thing fly. I'm running at 75 frames per second. I'm recording this at 60 frames per second for YouTube. Hopefully it's going to look really smooth when you guys see it on my channel. So, flying down the Dottinger Höhe, you can see on the right the car park, the overflow gravel car park, and then we're going to see the real tourist farm car park here. Devil's Diner, my little ring taxi office where I sit patiently waiting for customers. And let me just say now, there will be a bridge to gantry mode, so if you buy the Nürburgring Nordschleife, you will very soon be able to drive it in bridge to gantry mode, from the bridge to the gantry, like a tourist farm session. If you buy the GP circuit, then you can combine the two packages together and you'll be able to choose, don't crash, and steer. You will be able to choose combinations like Nürburgring 24, Nürburgring 24 with or without the Mercedes Arena, and of course the VLN circuit, which is the short GP circuit, which we're on to right now, connected to the Nordschleife. And of course this opens up fantastic opportunities. Yeah, that's better, that's better. I messed up that turn on my previous take. Yeah, that's going to give us lots of opportunities, great opportunities, like bridge to gantry time trialing, for example. I'm already working on that. Also, there is the sim racing guys are already working on a mini VLN championship, which is going to be like a virtual equivalent to the VLN, multi-class as well. So just like VLN, we'll all be racing our own races in different classes on the same track. So you'll have the real life experience of driving a Mazda MX-5 maybe, whilst the GT3 comes flying around the outside of you in the middle of a turn. Just really a little bit wide there. I had to turn a little bit early for this, so I'm going to run wide on the exit. Yeah, that's fine, no worries. Just spilt a few bits of gravel on the track. The tracks, iRacing, one of the other great big amazing things about iRacing that I just absolutely adore is the dynamic track technology, and that means that the simulation engine is actually looking at the sun on the track, the cars passing over it, and it's modelling the temperature of the track and the marbles, the rubber balls that you leave off the tyres. So in a busy race, the racing line becomes hotter and warmer, and the marbles start to populate the outsides of the turns, and when you run over the marbles, you clean them in your wheel tracks, just like in real life, but you end up with marbles on your tyres, and you end up slipping out. It's very, very, very clever. Just going quiet, this is better. I really want to show you guys a good fast lap. I have an audience here at my brother's house. Don't want to crash. Keep it going. Lovely. And out. Yeah, I didn't really get the exit out of that turn that I got on the previous lap, but never mind. Flat out now, over the bridge, Nürburgring, up ahead. Of course, this is all ripped up right now, full of construction work. I hope that they don't flatten off the jump at the top. I believe that they won't. I believe that if they take away the jump in the construction work, yeah, I know, that was close. Massive intakes of breath behind me. Yeah, I did suspect I was going to crash that, but I didn't. Yeah, as I was saying, just don't want to crash this either. Come on, Dale. Oh yeah, mild opposite lock around Schradenkreuz. Good, good, good. Yeah, I hope that they don't actually plane off the top of Nürburgring into Flugplatz, because I don't want to lose the jump, and I don't think that they will, because if they do lose the jump, the GT3s will go out into it flat out, and then you have a whole different raft of problems where the cars are going to be going so fast through the Flugplatz right-hander and into the left that we're going to have issues, because the cars will be doing a new maximum speed that is higher as they get to Schradenkreuz, and then that will make Schradenkreuz more dangerous, and we'll put the spotlight onto that part of the track instead. So that's why I believe they won't take the jump away from Flugplatz. Flat out down to Metzgersfeld next. I might have mentioned this already, but the feedback is really responsive here. I can just feel the tyres going over the rumble strips and hitting the edges of the circuit, and even the surface changes where you see the tarmac change colour. Some of those surface changes are, you can't feel them from inside the car, but some of them you can, because there's maybe 4 or 5 millimetres of surface difference, or a slight gap like that. And to have that as tactile feedback inside the simulator is just an incredible amount of detail and an incredible level that has never been achieved before in any of the games that I've played. Don't mind me. Oh no. Okay, that went better than I thought it would. I thought I was crashing there, but I don't know. I didn't. That's good. Heading down towards Eddie's, Hotel and the Nordschleife. Braking nice and early now. Gonna run this in, oh no, no. Yeah, I am really cooking these tyres. This is, yeah. See, look at this. I've started to overheat the tyres. I've been running quite a hard pace. I'm trying desperately to get down to the same lap times that I do in real life, and it's a little bit frustrating because, as I said before, I don't think the tyre model in iRacing is modelling the tyre that I would normally run. It's like being on somebody else's second-hand slicks from an unknown supplier of racing tyres. I don't want to piss people off, so they feel like a certain racing slick that I sometimes have to drive on, and I can't complain about it because it's actually, yeah. No, don't say it, guys, don't say it. Yeah, I have to drive on it because it's the official sponsor of the series that I've been driving in, and I think those of you who know what I'm talking about will be laughing right now, but yeah, I don't want to go on record saying their products are crap because that would just not be cricket, and I'm English and I'm all about cricket and tea and being nice. Yeah, don't say it, guys, thank you, that's awesome. Look at this, style strecker off up to the left. Every curbstone, every little exit from the marshal posts, all modelled. The guardrail colours, the white paint, the silver new guardrails. Dropping into the carousel, going to run this in third gear, ran a little bit low. Look at the curve on the left, out the left side of the window. Beautiful. Heading up towards Hoach now. How am I doing? I'm only a couple of seconds under, really. I mean, this is like looking like a 10:17 or a 10:18 lap. I can do 10 flat on a flyer in real life. I can see all my bridge to gantry comrades who are already really hot in iRacing. They are going to be kicking my ass at this. They really are. No, bad choice. Fourth gear, better choice, much better, superior choice. Just like real life. I run fourth here in real life, and it's a little bit low in the revs here, but it still works. But then here, bunch to two, you downshift to third, give it welly, go all the way up to the rev limiter, hook fourth, back down to third. You see, this is just so much like the real life rhythm. Everywhere that I'm looking right now is just where I'm looking in real life. I'm sat very close to the television screen, and I'm really lucky. My brother's just got like this humongous 4K, don't crash, at 4K massive like 50-inch telly, so I have this kind of wall of Nürburgring in front of me, and it does feel very, very, very immersive. Apart from people having cups of tea and talking about my driving behind my back right now. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, don't crash. Look at that. If you talk about me, I'll crash. I don't want to crash. Keeping going. Yeah, I did not need third. I don't know why I did that. Really should have stayed in fourth. Down to third now. Two wheels on the bottom of the mini carousel. That's your line. Don't go too high there. Here in the MX-5 in real life, I can just about get into this flat out. I did a little lift there, then back on the gas. Yeah, you see that's the tyres again. And here I'm absolutely flat out with no slipping whatsoever in the real car. Whereas there I'm just starting to have a little bit of slip. Under the gantry. Oh, I should have mapped a button to look left and right. Because if I look to the right here now, you should see the radio tower all the way over at Metzgersfeld. And if I look to the left, I know for a fact that the fuel station is modelled, the test centres are modelled, everything's modelled correctly. I mean, it's really remarkable. Past the tourist fart entrance, flat out, 125 mile an hour, yeah, 126. Yeah, real car does about 125, 126 miles an hour here, so that's good. Down into the dip. pick up a bit more speed over 130. Can't look, gonna keep looking ahead. And then push the brake in as far back as you can. Here we go, 5th, 4th, round the flick, down to 3rd. Lovely, lovely. Good. Awesome. I'm very happy because I've not actually crashed. I thought I was going to crash, and I have to give my brother his television back now and his laptop. So guys, that was my first 2 laps of iRacing Nürburgring Nordschleife for my YouTube channel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel and you'll see more sim racing over the next couple of months, and obviously next year you'll see more real racing as I go for another year in the VLN Championship, hopefully, as well as ring taxi stuff. And yeah, I'm just going to park it. Yeah, as well as ring taxi stuff, tourist and Fahrten stuff, lots of stuff from the Nürburgring Nordschleife. That's what my channel's all about, and I hope to show you more of this. I'm really excited about the possibilities for iRacing, so keep an eye on my Facebook page, and I'm suspecting that I'm going to be able to figure out a way to do Bridge to Gantry time trials on here soon, as well as run my own server and invite you to race with me.